We're out here today, going to give you a little tour of the garden. It just come first good rain we've had in a little bit, and everything's a little bit on the soggy side, but this worked out pretty good for time to do it this evening. So we'll show you how things is doing, how things is growing. This is the first year we've started everything from seed completely. Everything in this garden we started from seed in our little makeshift greenhouse. So we'll show you how everything's going. Alrighty, so y'all sort of don't pay no mind to my weedy rows here. We're getting these rows and use the wheel hoe, kill a few weeds here later this week maybe. But we'll start here at the end here. We got this first year growing Hasinator tomatoes, and you can see we're actually starting to set a few tomatoes on. I'm very excited about that. These have done really good this year so far. Really good. We got those going. You can see we got more tomatoes set right here. Plenty of bloom too. They're looking really good. Really good. These Hasinators, they go all the way down here. Hasinators too. And here we get into super sweet 100s of cherry tomatoes. You can see these plants have just sort of went completely out of control. I went a few days and didn't do a good job sort of feeding them through these cages. These cages now are made out of concrete wire. Made those a few years ago, but you can see they're kind of just spilling out of the cages. You see they got plenty of bloom set on them too. Everything's looking real good. I got one down here that it tried to wilt earlier, but it's trying to come out of it. It seems to be actually doing a whole lot better than what it was. Here I've actually got, this is a little zucchini plant that I actually found a seed of. And I thought the seed looked bad, and I threw it over here next to my grandpa's old house, and it came up. So I just dug it up and just stuck it here at the end of this row. But you can see too, we've actually got the Haas Tools drip irrigation in the garden too. It's been really handy during these real dry times. And I think that's been a big factor in how well our garden's done. But now this cucumber plant here seems to be struggling a little bit. Not sure what's going on there, but the rest of them seem to be doing real good. Well, actually, we'll pick a few off while we're looking at them here. We've been getting a real good harvest off these. These are Max Pack pickling cucumbers. I don't know if you can see in there, but they produce a real pretty cucumber. We'll get this in I'll get back in a day or two more. They're real sweet. We've really been happy with these so far. Let's see what we got in here. Well, we got some back in here I can get off. You can see that's sort of the size. This one's kind of grew into the wire a little bit. Let's see with that. Yeah, it's here a little bit. We'll give that another day. I kind of try to come out here every day or so and try to feed them back into these tomato cages. Really is what these are. Keep them trellising up, keeps them off the ground, keeps your cucumbers in general looking a little bit better. I picked off these yesterday. We got a bucket full yesterday. Now here we've actually got some Celebrities tomatoes. These were actually started a little bit later than these. I wasn't going to grow any this year and decided later on to start them, so they're a little bit behind these. We are getting some bloom set, but we don't got no fruit set on yet. These are kind of staple in this area, especially with my family. We've always grown these top tomatoes. Another one here. I've got these shorter cages I actually have for peppers, but I've got a bunch of extras of those, and I can actually set another one on top of it and make it the height of these when time comes, it looks like it's fixing to grow out of that one. But they're doing real well too. I need to pull a few of them up off the ground a little bit, but they seem to be doing real well. They always do really good. See, here's the main line for the drip irrigation. Comes down here to the little pressure regulator. Now here, again, we got some more zucchinis. The zucchinis was kind of a later thought. I actually had this whole row of peppers, and between my 5-year-old and some dogs, I lost quite a few peppers in this row. This is actually what we call cherry bomb peppers. They're little round hot peppers. You can see they're actually starting to set on a few, but they're little round hot peppers are really good pickled, really good. And these are your zucchinis too. Again, I've kind of planted zucchini just as row fillers, if nothing else. And these are some more of them little cherry bomb peppers, what lived of them. And this one right here. And here we got some more of the Max Pack pickling cucumbers. I think we'll be able to get some off of this one. Let's see. Let's get down in here. Yeah, there's some good looking cucumbers. I'll pick them off. Yeah. And even the ones like this, some people might say it's getting a little overgrown. They actually, and you know, with a pickling cucumber, not full size, but they're actually still really sweet. I've not had a bitter taste one from them, so really happy with that. Let's see what else we can find in here. I don't see anywhere else on this side. Again, we got another real late start zucchini there. That may make something, it may not, I don't know. Let's look in here and see if we can see any. Oh, we've got one there we could probably take off. Again, these cucumbers, if you let them go, you'll think today, well, they're not hardly ready. And then you'll turn around and tomorrow, they'll be too big. Really fast. It's about a daily harvest off these things. I don't see any on that plant, and we just kind of feed them back into the water. Keep everything running up best we can. Same thing with this. Just feed it back into the water. It'll take off. Got to keep them all going in. It's got to be gentle. And it's really good time to do this after a rain. Everything's kind of moistened up, and it ain't so brittle and fragile. Run him up in there. Alrighty, we got a couple more of these cucumber plants. It really doesn't take much cucumbers to do a small family. Alrighty, let's see what we got in here. Oh yeah, we've got plenty hanging in here. We'll get them off. We'll go ahead and take that off too. That's a good size for a snacking cucumber or pickling, you know what I'm saying. Right, let's kind of run these the same way back in here. Keep them running on the inside of the vine. Kind of wind them in like that if you need to. Or same thing with this. We got plenty of bloom too. It's like that. Keep them running on the inside. And especially with kids, it's like you let your cucumbers run on the ground, you kind of make a good place for snakes to hide. You got kids running around in the garden. It's probably not a good idea to have all these hidden places. Now this is our chair. We could probably give that another day or two. Same with that in back there hanging. Probably give it another day or two. We'll keep running these up in here just like this. I tell you what, we'll go ahead and get that back there. And from this angle, it looks a little bit better. Alrighty. So we'll go up here in this next row. Again, we got some little young zucchini filling the rows up. Now these are a mix of different bales. These right here is the yellow bells. Yellow. Hosinator yellow. They seem to be doing real good. Now this one right here, this is another Super Sweet 100. Cherry tomato. And what happened here was I was setting my seedlings out and didn't realize that I have one left and end up having to put it further up here in the row with the peppers. And I run out of these tile baskets too, and I actually stuck a little skinny basket on. I have to tie them up, but you know, there's zucchini, little young zucchini I'm just filling the rows out with. I actually set them out during the drought, and they didn't like that too good. They're suffering a little bit from it, but hopefully they'll come out of it and just fill the gaps in for us. Now these are a mix of red and green bell peppers. All the way down through here. And then again, the zucchini filled up the row. I had a lot more, but I think I lost 5 or 6 from the stumping. Let's go over here and see what we got. And those bell peppers, they were the red Maximus and the green Hosinators. Here we got some cantaloupes. We got some pretty ambrosia cantaloupes growing in here. These look real good when it ain't soaking wet. We got plenty of bloom on them too. Lots and lots of bloom. We got a bunch more growing in here. You can see all the small cantaloupes. Very excited for the cantaloupes. I've never grew cantaloupes before. These are ambrosia again. See some really pretty ones sitting on back in there. And back in there we should have plenty of cantaloupes. It's a bad thing when these start to run. It's really difficult to weed them. Really difficult to weed them. Again, up here we got some more. I've got a lot of spacing in the garden this year. I didn't try to work myself to death with the garden. I kind of left big rows, walk in. Here's some more. There's another one. Oh, pretty. I had a couple right in here. One there and actually one back in between them. This one just sort of had a sudden wilt come on it. And I thought it was from this, it was around the time we got this real hot weather. And I thought it was maybe from the dry weather, but then I soon after had another one wilt back there instantly, and I figured out it was bacterial wilt. Then I jerked it up real quick, and I've not had any other problems with the rest of them. Now this plant right here is a mystery. Maybe you all can guess up here. We're going to second garden. You can guess what maybe this might be. I had a bunch of old decorative gourd holes laying around here. I don't know if one of them seeded or what. I originally thought that I got mixed up and planted a cantaloupe up here, but then when it took off growing, I realized that wasn't what it was, but it's growing good, so I don't, your all's guess is as good as mine as to what it is. But I'm guessing probably some decorative gourds. You can sort of leave your guesses down in the comments. I really don't know. So we'll find out. That's our wild card for the garden. Now this garden, the soil up here is really pretty. And that's where we got our watermelons at. These are sangrias. They seem to be doing really good. Starting to run. We've got them on the irrigation too. You see the irrigation lines running here. Again, they look a little bit better when they're not drenched from a heavy downpour we just had. They're growing really good. You can see them running out here. Lots of bloom on them. You can see all the way out in here. What I did, you see right in here is really, these are really looking good. And what I did was I run the irrigation from the house up there all the way down. Put a Y on each here. Run one set over to that garden. Run the other one down here to this one. Got a pressure regulator here too. So we are drought proof here. It's been a strange year though. It started out with raining just about every single day, and then we turned to a drought. So wasn't real useful for a while, but now we're doing something better. This is something here too. It's kind of unique. We've got a little mulberry tree right here on the edge of the garden growing. I think my grandpa actually planted these years ago. About every time one of them turns, this is a little tree. About every time one of them turns, a bird finds his way to it. You see that one starting to turn there. Let's see if we can see any more. Yeah, there's some. I remember growing up, I had a big mulberry at home, and we had some of these cherry trees. It's like it's on the edge of our driveway here. And Mom actually made a mulberry cherry pie, cobbler, whatever you want to call it. And that was delicious. It's probably one of the best pies you'll ever eat. That's a little pro tip there. We'll walk back down this way and show you some more on this irrigation system. Now with this irrigation system, there was a couple of different options. This garden up here with the watermelons, I don't have. I just got it just run straight in. But this one down here, I actually bought the little on-off switches that you could put on it. And I'll show you here. Like you can see right here, it's actually got an on-off switch where you can shut off water to certain rows if you want to, and leave other ones on. And that's really handy. That's really been useful in this this drought. Well, you can see even how the weeds are growing in the rows. But we're getting these rows right here with the wheel hoe and try to get them under control a little bit. Well, I appreciate you watching and tuning in to our little tour of the garden today. We'll try to put on some more gardening videos, let you know the progress in the weeks to come. But things is looking real promising. We'll see you next time.